Our session now. All right. All right, so again, I introduce us. Here's more pictures of us. If you didn't get to see our screens, again, myself, Dan Baker, Missy Matera, our Senior Associate Director, and Miranda, our Transfer Liaison. If you go to Bergen Community College, you've probably seen her there. She was there a couple days a week while we were still on campus. So this is one of the first slides we always like to start with. This is our ultimate goal, all right, here at William Paterson, right, is to get you to graduation, okay? It starts with a simple step, right, of getting yourself accepted to William Paterson, which you've all already done, and now it's about taking those next steps, and ultimately that's what we're going to talk to you today, right? How do I get from I've been accepted to getting to registered for classes to doing well on our campus to graduation, and then to your post-graduation plans, right? And that's different things for different people. For some people, that's their dream job. For some people, that's postgraduate work, whether it's medical school, dental school, law school, grad school for some other program. It's ultimately our job and our goal at William Paterson to help you succeed and get into those next portions of your life. All right, so a few things to consider as you're making your college decision. I know all of you have already made a college decision before, right? Because you're transferring here, you've all been through this process. But some things we always like to talk to students when we go through these enrollment steps. Number one, what is most important to you? The college admissions process is an individualized process. It is not cookie cutter, right? No two people go through the same process and have the same thoughts and have the same important things done. So as you're going through today's presentation, make sure you think to yourself, what is most important to me? What do I need to know, right? What do I need to learn about William Paterson? Do I need more information about costs, programs, support? What information is going to allow me to decide if William Paterson is ultimately the right option for you? One of our main mantras in the admissions office is early is good. The earlier you can start everything in the process, the better. We've already had students already begin to register for fall classes for transfer students. So classes are starting to fill up, right? So as I tell students all the time, the earlier you do everything in the process, right, you get the good professor, the right class at the right time of day that works with your work schedule or your other busy life engagements. So the earlier you can start everything in the process, the better. And then finally, don't hold any questions back. This is what we're here for, right? This is why we put these sessions on. We don't do these sessions, all the time to just hear ourselves talk, right? And not to engage with students. Ultimately, we want to hear from you, right? And we want to know what questions you have and ultimately, how can we help you? So the accepted student checklist, right? How do I go from being an accepted student to enrolled for the fall semester? Some things to take a look at. Number one, submit your enrollment deposit. What we've made a decision to do, and we're going to be emailing you and letting you know about this information, is that we are going to defer the $125 enrollment deposit. Not necessarily waive it, but we will defer it. We don't want it to get in the way of students being able to ultimately register for courses. We know there is a lot going on in the world, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. And people are going through some rough times and some rough financial situations. And we don't want that $125 enrollment deposit to keep any of our students from enrolling into classes. So we will be deferring it. If you do pay it or have paid it, that's great. If you don't, it will be attached to your tuition and fees bill that you receive after you register for courses. Okay, so if it's going to get in the way now, you can always pay it later. But we recommend to students, if you do have the opportunity and can pay it sooner rather than later. If you're planning to live on campus, make sure you submit your housing deposit and contract. All that information was included in your acceptance package. You can also check out our Residence Life page for more information about the contract. That housing deposit would also be submitted at the link above, the wpunj.edu/deposits. Make sure you activate your WP Connect account. Make sure you've been in there at some point. We're going to talk about all the different things that you can look at in there. I'll talk a little bit about credit evaluation. My colleague Missy's going to talk a little bit about degree requirements and how you get ready for registration. WP Connect is going to be your lifeline. Okay, so make sure you're going in there. Check your WP and personal email address. I know having another email to look at right? You have your personal email and maybe the email of your current school, and adding another email is a lot, but our office, the admissions office, will contact you via your personal email address, but there's certain departments and offices that won't, right? Anything dealing with finances, they can't send to your personal email address because they don't know who's on the other side of that email. They're going to send it to your William Paterson email. My recommendation always to students is set up an alert on your phone, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, that just goes off, check my William Paterson email. And then it'll get you in the habit, and then sooner or later, especially once you enroll into classes, you'll be checking it all the time. Look at your financial aid package, right? If you have filed the FAFSA and sent that to us, make sure you're familiar with what kind of aid you are receiving, whether that's federal aid, state aid, all right, other institutional aids, scholarships, which we'll talk about later. Take your placement exam if needed. We'll talk about that in a moment. Provide immunization records. Be on the lookout for orientation information. Request CLEP and or AP scores directly from College Board. We see this a lot of times with students, right, that have been at another school. They got credit for a CLEP exam there, but we can't take that off your transcript from your previous institution, right? That information needs to be sent directly from the College Board, okay? Send your final transcripts. When you finish your classes this spring, and I know everybody's gonna finish up strong, make sure you send us your final transcripts so we can update your credit evaluation so you can get all the credits that you've earned. You don't want to leave any credits on the table. Also, if you're finishing an associate's degree at one of the community colleges, you're going to want to send that to us so we have proof that you graduated, right? So we can waive all your core requirements. And then finally, seek academic advisement and read your credit evaluation, which we'll talk about in just a moment. All right, placement testing. If you have not completed college level English or math, you will be contacted about taking placement testing. There's, most of our transfer students have, right, completed an English or math course. But if you have not, our Office of Testing will be reaching out to you. Again, the bottom one, early is good, right? Early testing means early orientation and allowing you to schedule for your classes because a hold will be on your account if you need to do placement testing for English and or for math. Summer orientation, right? We do have orientations for all of our transfer students as well. Both you and your parents are invited. Allows you to meet classmates, meet with an academic advisor, and register for classes. Right now, at the rate we're going at, we're probably looking at hosting these virtually during the summertime, via Zoom sessions or other platforms. So more information will be going out about orientation, but the earlier you do everything else in the process, right, like getting placement testing done, right, submitting your enrollment deposit if you can, the earlier we can get you invited to orientation and get that information. So you can get that on your calendar so you make sure you're available for the different days that we may have available for students. Your registration tools, right, as a transfer student, what's important to know? Number one, review your entire acceptance package, right? I know it's super exciting, right? You get that package that you see, in the mail, right? That you see on our screen, and you're super excited, and you don't know what to do, and you just kind of put it to the side, and you either never go back to it or you don't read every single word. Make sure you review all the material, right? There's a lot of good information. How you can get into your WP Connect account, how you pay for your enrollment deposit, okay, who your academic advisor is, right? That's going to depend on what's your major, how many credits have you transferred in. We're going to tell you exactly how many credits have transferred in, all right? How do I access my degree evaluation? All that stuff is in there. So make sure you review your entire acceptance package. Generate your credit evaluation, all right? We talked about that before. Our next slide is going to show you what a sample degree audit looks like here at William Paterson. So you can see what has transferred in, where it's transferring into. You can see if we've made a mistake, right? We're all humans. Sometimes we may have missed a course, or a course may be misplaced on your evaluation. So if I was getting it, I would want to make sure that I'm double checking and making sure everything is in there correctly. If you do have a question about a certain class on your credit evaluation, feel free to reach out to us at any time. All right, contact your academic advisor, and then you can register for courses. All right, so we'll talk about that more in just a moment. Your credit evaluation, how do I get into that, right? You're gonna log into your WP Connect account. And how do I get into WP Connect? Your ID is gonna be the beginning of your student email, right? Before the @ part. So for me, it's Baker D17, all right? A lot of D Bakers, all right, here at William Paterson, I guess. So I'm number 17. So I would put that right in my ID area. And then your password is gonna be your student ID number. All this information is located in your acceptance package. Your student ID number is going to start with 855. It starts with 855, right? Because we were founded all the way back in 1855. All right, so that will be your 855 number, your student ID number. You'll go to My Degree once you log in, and you'll click something called Degree Works. All right, and after you click that, it's going to bring you to this, right? You're going to be able to review your degree evaluation. All right, and this is what it'll look like to you, right? You'll have all your information at the top in regards to what your major is, how many transfer earned hours. You'll notice for this student, overall GPA of a 0, right? It doesn't mean that they failed all their courses. This is a new transfer student. They haven't taken any courses at William Paterson yet. All students coming in start fresh with your GPA. Your GPA will not carry over from your previous institution, right? So you'll be starting with a fresh GPA. You'll see your list of previous colleges, so you can make sure they're all listed there as well. You can see if there are any holds on your account too. Right, then as we go to the lower part of the screen, you're going to start to see the different areas, all right, of your degree evaluation, the different things you need to complete, right, in order to leave from William Paterson with your bachelor's degree, okay, including your university core curriculum, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, writing intensive and technology intensive requirements, the world language requirement. Almost all of our majors at William Paterson require students to have 2 semesters of a foreign language in order to graduate. So if you haven't done that at your previous institution, that's something you're going to have to do with us at William Paterson. But make sure you go in there and take a look at this. All right, familiarize yourself with what has transferred in, what has not transferred in, and this is going to give you that roadmap in order to make your way towards graduation. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Missy Matera. She's going to talk to you a little about the degree requirements here at William Paterson.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming and joining us today. Just going to talk a little bit about degree requirements and then go into a little bit about how to register for classes. At William Paterson, you are required to complete 120 credit hours. That is the minimum. You also have to, even though that you complete 120 credits, doesn't mean that you graduate. You also have to do 120 credits plus to fill all of the requirements within your major. So you have to meet those 2 things to be able to graduate from the institution. At William Paterson, we have what's referred to as UCC requirements. Most schools refer to them as general education requirements, but at WP, they are called UCC requirements. And there's 6 areas of study, and there's 4 writing intensive courses, 2 technology intensive courses that you need to complete. When you look at your degree evaluation that Dan was just showing you, those areas are broken down specifically of what still needs to be completed and what doesn't. If you see on your degree evaluation where it says TR, that course that is transferred in and you don't need to take that anymore, it'll say met. But any of the requirements that still say unmet are the ones that you still need to complete to get your degree from us. Where you see that 4 writing intensive and 2 technology intensive, I wouldn't focus too much on fulfilling those because a lot of times those courses can be double dipped in other courses. For example, a lot of your major courses, not a lot, but their majority courses also are writing intensive and technology intensive as well within the major. So when you're talking to your academic advisor, make sure that you're kind of picking courses that will fulfill both, you know, a course in your major and the writing intensive or technology intensive so that they don't have to take individual classes in those areas. For those students that are transferring into us with an associate's degree, the AA, AS, or AFA, after you receive that degree after January 2005, you would fall under the New Jersey statewide transfer agreement and have your UCC requirements waived. So if you're looking at your degree evaluation now and you see that those courses are still saying as not met, but you are getting your associate's degree, make sure that you go and fill out our contract. That contract information is in your acceptance letter. It gives you the link to go online and fill out that contract and submit it to us. Once we get that contract, we'll go online and waive those UCC requirements so you can see specifically what remaining courses that you need to take at the institution to get your degree. it's important that if you're meeting with an academic advisor and you are in the process of getting your degree, that you tell them that you're getting your associate's degree so that they don't advise you to take courses that you don't need to take. It's very important that you do that because we've seen students semester after semester not tell the advisors they're getting their associate's degree and end up repeating courses that are taking courses that they don't need to take. So keep that in mind. So also degree warrant, you can, when you apply to William Paterson, you apply to us with one major unless you're coming in education, and education majors are required to double major upon acceptance. For those of you that were looking to do a second major or pick a minor, you can do that after you enroll this semester for one semester, or enroll at the institution for one semester. Then you will have a William Paterson issued GPA, and then you can declare a major or minor to go with that major that you chose upon acceptance. And to do that, you would go to your WP Connect account. But all that information will be shared to you a little bit more in depth during orientation. As Dan had mentioned that you still have to take foreign language. That is not waived a part of the UCC, so every student coming into us has to take a foreign language. If you've taken the CLEP exam, that right now unfortunately is not clearing you from the foreign language requirement at William Paterson. But if you've taken AP in high school and received a grade of 4 or 5 on that, that will clear you from taking the foreign language requirement. We just need to get those official results. Also, if you are fluent in a foreign language, you can contact our Languages and Cultures department and take the challenge exam. So if you pass the challenge exam, that will waive you from taking the foreign language requirement. Okay, next slide, Dan. So a little bit about the advisement and registration process. Transfer students are defaulted to their 6-digit date of birth as their PIN number, so they are not required to meet with an advisor. However, it is highly recommended that you meet with an advisor prior to registering for classes. And if you decide to register for classes without meeting with an advisor, please make sure that you contact an advisor and have them look over the course that you've registered for. So if I mentioned before, you do not want to take a course that you do not have to take. Your advisor's contact information is located in your acceptance package. It's the letter behind your acceptance letter, so it tells you how many credits you transferred in and who your advisor is. If you need that information, just let us know when we can find out who your advisor is. Or you can always contact the Advisement Center, who meets with all students on campus, and you can email them at asktheadvisor@wpunj.edu. They are a good resource for students, for transfer students, to help them get registered for classes if you can't get in touch with your advisor. As I mentioned before, this is super important. If you're getting your associate's degree, please make sure to tell your advisor that you're getting your associate's degree, and also let the advisor know what you're currently enrolled in. A lot of students will not mention that to their advisor, and then the advisor will recommend them taking a course that they're actually sitting in class right now, and the student retakes the course. And unfortunately, if you happen to retake a course that you're going to get transfer credit for, that course, unfortunately, we'd be just taking it to take it, and we couldn't give you credit for it if you repeated a course that we gave you transfer credit for. One of the most important links that we can stress for you today is the advisement link that we have posted there, that wpunj.edu/advisement center. That right there is going to give you the tools that you need to have to register for classes. When you click on that link, it'll take you to the advisement's webpage, and then on the left-hand side, you'll see remote advising strategies. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to go to student resources, and you're going to click on step number 3. Step number 3 gives you a whole bunch of step-by-steps and how-to videos that'll ensure that you're able to look up classes. It's going to show you how to register for classes, how to read your degree evaluation and see where your credits transferred and the remaining courses that you need to take to get your degree from us. So that right there is one of the most important steps that you're going to take to looking up classes and registering for classes at the institution, is to go to that step 3 on that student resources area. Okay. Next.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Missy. That's great information, in terms of, how you go through understanding your degree requirements and how you go about getting advisement and registering for courses. So yes, our advisement center and our advisors are great tools here at the university. We pride ourselves here at William Paterson on giving students an affordable education and an exceptional value. You'll see on our second bullet point there that the university has held tuition increases to 2% or lower in each of the last 5 years. That's a commitment we've made to keeping costs down. You look across the country, some schools are 5, 6, 7, 8% year over year for tuition increases. We've held steady at 2% or less, so we're very proud of that. You'll see the costs on the bottom this year. Tuition fees $13,370. Again, that's per year, not per semester or per quarter. That's for the entire year, both fall and spring semesters. Room and board approximately $11,240 per year if you're planning to live on campus. If we do have any international students or any out-of-state students in our audience today, we have our new out-of-state waiver that allows students to pay the same in-state tuition rates as New Jersey students. So if you are from New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, anywhere across the globe, students do qualify for the out-of-state tuition waiver. Transfer scholarships. Okay, so these are the list, all right, of our transfer scholarship. The first one is our presidential scholarship, which I've updated my typo from an earlier session where I told students they had to have a minimum of 300 credits, which would knock everybody out. These are our presidential scholarships. The higher GPA, the higher they go. Students do have to have a minimum GPA of a 3.0 and 30 minimum credits, and need to have applied before June 1st. So for all of our accepted students in the room, you would have already been reviewed for this. The Phi Theta Kappa Scholarship. If anybody is a member of Phi Theta Kappa, the Honor Society of the Community Colleges, all you have to do is submit a membership certificate to me. There's my email address, bakerd17@wpunj.edu. I'll make it super simple and easy. Usually we like it scanned and emailed to us, but all you have to do is take a picture of it and send it to me of that membership certificate before June 1st. Add that to your application, and we add the $2,000 award as well, right? So we have some students earning both the presidential and the Phi Theta Kappa and coming in with $5,000 in scholarship money. That's over a third of the tuition and fees right off the bat. Okay. Then we also have our Honors College Scholarship, which is for $4,000 per year. The original deadline for the Honors College was March 1st. They do have a few slots available. So I would recommend applying ASAP. And by ASAP, I mean like today. If you can get that into us, that would be great. And then just my final note, only new first-time transfer students can qualify for these awards. So unfortunately, if you're a second degree, re-admit, or post-baccalaureate student, unfortunately, we don't have scholarships at this time for students that fall into one of those admit categories. However, at the end of every single year, we do have scholarships or alumni and foundation that all students can apply for. There's hundreds of these awards, and they range from $100 up to $10,000 per year. So we will reward students that do well at their previous institutions, and we do reward students that do well in our classrooms here at William Paterson. Billing, okay. Bills will be sent by email in early July. It's a little different for our transfer students because it's all dependent on when you register. If you start registering now, once we start putting the bills together, we're going to send that out to you. But if you wait till July or August, you won't be billed until you actually register for the courses, okay? So again, those will begin in early July, and bills are due in early August. Make sure you do file your FAFSA if you have not done so yet. Make sure it is for the 2020-2021 school year. All right, we'll need you to file it for that. Make sure you log into NJ FAMS if you're a New Jersey student. All right, so we can get that information as well to see if you qualify for the federal Pell Grant based on the FAFSA, the New Jersey Tuition Aid Grant based on your New Jersey FAMS information as well. Those two grants combined with the different scholarships, student loans, all right, payment plans, which we'll go into more in a moment, and student employment are all the pieces of the puzzle that ultimately make up your financial aid package here at William Paterson. You'll also be able to access that information on your WP Connect account, okay? So make sure, another great reason why you should be logging into that. Payment plan option, all right? So we do allow students to break up their final tuition and fees bill over a payment plan. So it doesn't have to be written all in one check or covered all by one loan. You know, if you had a $3,000 bill for the semester, you could break it up over 3, 4, or 5 payments. It is an interest-free monthly plan. We don't charge any interest on it. So which is great. You know, it's not like taking a loan where you're getting charged 5 or 6 or 10%. You wouldn't get charged any interest. All right, with this payment plans, they are semester based, so they're for the fall and spring only. So those 3, 4, 5 payment plans are broken out over the semester. Just make sure you enroll by the due date that is that will be provided to you once your bill is sent to you. And again, early is good. Right? The earlier you do it, the more of a chance that you can enroll into the 5 payment plan rather than the 3 or 4. And again, ultimately, our ultimate goal, right? We started with it and we're gonna kind of close out with it, right? Is hopefully to see everybody, hopefully back at the Prudential Center, all right, someday, right? Unfortunately for our students graduating this year, you know, with everything going on in the world, it won't be able to happen there, but, you know, we usually have over 2,000 students every single May graduating at the Prudential Center. It's a super exciting day to be a part of and witness as our students are moving on to their next chapter in life. So that is going to be our ultimate goal. Keep the conversation going, right? You can join our Facebook group, all right, WPNJ 2024 to connect, all right, with other accepted students that are coming in for this fall semester. And there's other ways to contact us here at the admissions office. We'll do a Q&A portion in a few moments once we finish up the presentation. Again, you know, we're hosting these Zoom sessions because we're not physically on the campus right now, but we're always available. And these are the different ways that you can get at us, right? Our admissions email, admissions@wpunj.edu. We're always monitoring it. You can call, right, and speak to one of our staff members, right, at the number listed on there. Text message, right? We're all available via text messaging. That's one of our main text numbers that you can contact us at, so we can, you know, chat with you via text, or log in to our website at wpnj.edu/undergraduate to live chat with us Monday through Friday. We're available. So that's what we're here for, right? That's why we're in this session today. That's what we're here for all the time, is to, you know, help students ultimately through this process. So, and our saying here, our slogan is willpower, and we like to say our greatest strength is helping you find yours. You know, we hope you make William Paterson your choice for the fall semester. We would love to see all of you here on campus, all right, in the fall, as we help you to your ultimate goal of that dream job or that dream graduate dental, medical, or law school that you'd like to go to upon graduation. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm also gonna allow people to unmute themselves at this time. So if you wanted to ask us a question, we have a small enough group. That ends the official presentation, but we're here to answer any additional questions that you may have. So again, feel free, you can unmute yourself, and I'm gonna turn my video back on so you can see me. And we're here to hang out and answer any questions you may have. So any questions for any of our students in the audience today that you can think of, or maybe that you have?
Miranda, do you want to talk just 2 seconds about how your experience as a transfer student was?
Yeah, so I actually graduated undergrad from William Paterson 2 years ago, and I was a transfer student myself. Definitely used as many resources as possible. So the Advisement Center was a big help for me with that. I also lived on campus, so I know Bailey had asked. Definitely take a look. There are virtual tours online of our dorm buildings as well as our entire campus. So if you haven't made it to campus, you can also look at that. But yeah, and then also just in the Facebook groups, just trying to connect with other transfer students is really great. I know they're like starting Snapchat group chats and stuff like that. That's super helpful, especially when we can't meet each other. So I definitely recommend just kind of doing that and getting yourself kind of comfortable with some of the people you're going to be in class with.
Thanks, Miranda.
Yeah, no problem.
Has everybody
Hi.
that's in the room? Oh, go ahead, Brianna.
Oh, I have a question. Hi, everyone. My name is Brianna Chavez, and I am transferring from Bergen Community College, coming in as a communications and disorders major. I just have a question. I have to take one summer class, and then I will complete my associate's degree. How do I get my official transcript in order to send it to you guys?
So when you finish classes at the end of this semester, send us an updated transcript so we can award you. So in May when you finish, send us an updated transcript. Just request that the way you requested the first one to be sent to us, and Bergen sends them electronically. So we'll get them pretty quick and then update your evaluation. And then when you finish in the summer, send us another updated transcript with that course's grade on it, as well as your degree posted on it, so we can go in and waive that. But since you're getting your associate's degree, if you haven't filled out that contract already, refer back to your acceptance letter. On the very bottom of it, it has a website. I believe it's wpunj.edu/ASAA, and that'll take you to the online contract. Fill that out, and then we'll go in and waive your UCC requirements. So you'll look at your degree evaluation based on that you've already received your degree. So when you meet with an advisor, it'll be accurate, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great choice of major as well too, for communication disorders. Fantastic program. And then, you know, if you get into the master's program, that's 100% job placement upon graduation. So hope it all goes well for you here.
Thank you.
Angelina, Bailey, did you guys have any questions you're looking to get answered today?
Yeah, hi, I'm Bailey. I'm a transfer student from Rockland Community College. I'm transferring into the communications, theater and comedy major.
Nice.
I have a question. Like, as the events of the COVID-19 virus progress, and if we don't end up staying on campus for dorming, will that housing deposit be rolled over into the spring?
We don't have 100% answer for that yet. I would say yes.
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering because I know the due date for the housing deposit is due soon. So I just wanted to know, and my family wanted to know as well. Thank you.
Absolutely, that would roll over.
Okay, thank you so much.
Now, Bailey, do you live in Rockland County, or you just go?
No, I live in West Milford, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going there, like,
Okay.
college-wise, so I don't live in
Okay. Yeah, I think we met at SUNY Rockland at the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember you.
Yes, your name looked familiar. So that
Yeah.
was the college where I went to before they canceled all of them.
Yeah.
So how are classes going now that they're online?
It's going good, you know, like, it's kind of hard, like, not being able to, like, actually meet face-to-face and get, like, the questions answered that you need for classes and stuff like that. And, like, it's okay, but I kind of miss being in-person classes.
Agreed. I teach part-time in the communications department here, so it's weird not seeing my students face-to-face.
Yeah.
Angelina, did you have any questions we can answer?
You know what? I actually do have one quick question.
Yeah.
I noticed when I was looking at like the breakdown of everything that I would need like upon the acceptance, whatever. I think I screwed up one of my majors because I'm doing special ed, but it says middle school 5 to 8 with the TOSZ. I think I meant to put K through 6.
Okay.
So I think would that be something that would be fixable?
So you don't want to do middle school? You just want to do K to 6 and
K6 special ed, yeah.
Okay, so what you can do is send us an email
Okay.
to admission, that admission@wpunj.edu.
Okay.
Make sure to include your student ID number, and we can make that adjustment for you, okay?
Okay.
It's
Okay,
super
perfect.
quick and easy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Miranda just put it in the chat for you.
Oh, perfect.
Email. Yep.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Miranda. Awesome. This is great. Anybody else have any other questions? All right, awesome. Well, that ends the presentation. If you want to stay and maybe have other questions, you're more than welcome to. Again, we'll be posting this on our YouTube page as well, so you can go back and reference it. You have the different ways to contact us. I put my email in there as well, so feel free to reach out to me at every time. Hopefully the rest of the semester goes strong for everybody, and hopefully we'll see everybody on campus in the fall.
Good luck on your finals.
Yeah, good luck, everybody.
Thank
Good luck,
you.
everyone.
Take care.
Thank you. Good
Thank
luck.
you. You too.